Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Vetta. And on this episode, so this month, our theme is love triangles. Yeah. And we are doing the movie This Means War, starring Reese Witherspoon, our lovely Reese, because
She loves a good love triangle in a
yeah,
movie.
she does. Naughty girl. Okay, so before we get started on this movie, we need to ask the most important question of this podcast, and that is, Vetta, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the same drink I've drank all month long. I'm gonna stick with it. The love drink. It's really good.
No, that's a good one. I should have done the love drink too, but I didn't because I'm stupid. But I am okay. So I'm going to mention a part of the movie. But you remember at the end when the two boyfriends meet and she's like, "Order me a drink and a shot."
And a shot.
Okay, so I'm drinking. So my drink is wine, and there's a reason for it. I didn't just pick it because I'm lazy. I picked it for a specific reason. It's because remember when he goes to take her back to his place, Chris Pine, and he's going to open a bottle of wine, and then he gets shot in the neck with the tranquilizer.
Right.
But then I also have a shot, and it is
I love a good shot.
yeah,
it's blue.
It's blue. It's called a blue balls shot,
Nice.
and that's because they've got blue balls the whole time because they haven't been fucking,
right.
So and it's in a Sensations shot glass.
Nice.
For any of you who don't know, Sensation is my town's local strip club. Holler.
I've been to the male side, not the female side.
Well, I haven't frequented it since my early 20s, when I was a big
The
whore.
last time I was there was for your wife's bachelorette party.
Nice. Yay. Love it. Okay, so let's just first off, Vetta, what did you like this movie overall?
I did, and I had forgotten about it.
See, this was the first time I've seen this movie. So
I've seen it, but it took until they were like, until I saw her profile, her dating profile, and then it all came back to me. So I did like it, but it wasn't one of those movies, obviously, that I would liked it so much I saw it again. Right on. I think we actually got it, I think, on Redbox, but not 100% sure.
Right on. All right, let me do this shot real quick so we can
shot. Nice.
It's so good. It tastes like candy.
All good shots do.
Yeah, it does. I see. And that's the thing. I brought extra. Like, hold on. I brought a little glass of extra, but I was like, no, I'm going to get way drunk and I can't. The one was fine. Well, maybe we'll do one later. Okay. So I have to say, I did like this movie. I thought it was fun. It wasn't like the best movie ever. It was just silly, stupid and everything, but I did like it. I thought it was fun. Okay. So one thing I didn't believe in this movie was the fact that these two assholes are CIA agents. I was like, this is nonsense right here, but it's fun nonsense.
It's fun nonsense. And I agree with you because you know as well as I do, any one of those guys that was helping them out would have threw their asses under the bus to promote themselves, and their supervisor would have been like, why are you accessing all this bullshit?
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
the government isn't that lenient.
Yeah, plus I didn't think Reese Witherspoon's character was all that great that I'm all like, you guys are going to a lot of trouble over some bitch and everything. And I was like,
so is her job, she runs focus groups for
yeah. And I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that sounds like fun, but I'm at the same time I'm like it's so weird.
And she loves her job. Well, and then my whole thing is my whole thing with this movie, the only problem I have is Reese Witherspoon's character does the one thing that like all characters in this situation does, where they're like, too good to be dating or whatever the reasoning is. She's perfect for one guy that she genuinely likes, and then she magically bumps into the other one and she can read through all his bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, clearly women can't read through it because they fall for it all the time. That's why he is who he is in this movie. So
yeah. So I love how, so I just want to say real quick that Reese Witherspoon in this movie is a giant whore, okay? Because I'm sorry. Like, and shame on Chelsea Handler's character, which we're going to talk about if you don't mind.
Right.
But so she's all dating these two guys, and of course they're perfect because they know all her info. And I'm all like, and my question for you is
Mhm.
who would you have chosen over the two just by looks alone? Because they were obviously fake motherfuckers.
Oh, totally Tucker. The British accent alone would have been the
What
reason.
over Chris Pine?
Oh no,
Are
don't get me
you
wrong. Chris
insane?
Pine
No, I'm
is
going on looks
amazing.
alone.
Yeah,
Looks.
looks alone. Definitely the British guy Tucker.
No, Chris Pine. No, I mean, he had dirty boy, status with his looks and everything. Tuck, but Chris Pine, those beautiful blue eyes, that coiffed hair, all that bullshit. I was all like, I'm already getting wet. You know what I'm saying? So, okay,
But he
so
looks so much older. The saddest thing is you can take his character from the Wonder Woman series. Totally would have picked him in those movies over Tuck, but he looks old in this movie. Like,
you think so? I thought he looked young in this
nah,
movie.
he looks
Oh, okay.
way more, you know,
Delicious.
yeah, sliced and tucked and whatever
He
in
is.
Wonder Woman. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a good
he's so
looking guy
good.
no matter what, but
Yeah, he
I know
is.
you said looks alone, but I've seen the movie. I know Tuck's British, and I know for the rest of my life, or as long as we were banging, I would get that nice British
Receding
accent.
hairline. Oh, sorry. And the bad hair,
Add any hair.
the bad teeth. Okay, so yeah, because they don't have teeth in Britain, anyways. Or teeth, dentist.
Dentist.
They have teeth. They don't have teeth. They don't have teeth. I said.
He's dentist. That's my
They don't have teeth. How great would that be if every British person you saw was just like, "Hi, I'm British. How you doing? Hello, governor."
And that brings a whole different creepy aspect to the accent.
Okay. So I want to talk real quick about Chelsea Handler's character. I don't remember her name. Do you remember her name?
Trish.
Trish. Oh, it's my wife's name. Hey.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised you couldn't remember.
Okay, so I want to just say what a bad fucking friend she was. Okay, and I used to really like Chelsea Handler, and I'm not dissing on her as an actress or anything. I'm talking about the character, but she was a bad friend. First off, she steered her wrong in every single possible way, and then
She's a married mother. Of course, she's gonna steer the wrong. She hasn't been in the game for a while.
Yeah, and then she condemned her, which okay,
but you did too.
What?
You called her a whore. You did too. How come
I didn't steer. I
didn't
wait. Time out. I did not steer her in any way. Okay, because I don't know this bitch.
But
and she is a big whore.
She's not. If it was a dude, you wouldn't be calling him a whore.
Yeah. Okay. First off, okay. Was it a dude dating two bitches in this movie? No, it was a chick dating two dudes, which they were simping over her, which she was not. I mean, like, I felt like Katie was hotter than her. So I'm
for
just
sure.
saying.
Which is why Tuck really
ended up with her.
Be with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that ending in a little bit because that made me laugh. But my whole thing is why in movies is it okay for a guy? Like, what was that movie we did? John Tucker. He was trying to juggle like 3 chicks.
That was not necessary. That wasn't okay, for one. And for two, they turned it around on him and did a bunch of bad stuff to him. And for three, we need to get over this real quick. It's very manosphere right now, but it's easier for women to get laid than it is men. That is a fact.
That is true. A woman could just walk. I would probably say I don't know research and I don't know statistics, but I would say way more than 60% of the time, women could just walk up to a dude in a bar and be like, do you want to have no strings attached sex right now? I'll tell you, my name's Candy. You're Bob. Let's go.
Yes, exactly. So that's why she's a big whore. Although she only slept with one of them, but she was ready to sleep with both of them. Ew.
But then she couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, Tucker didn't do it. Tucker didn't sleep with her.
She didn't sleep with him.
Stop it. No, stop it. Tucker made the decision. You stop that. You stop that. You stop that right now. Don't give her credit. You're like my wife. Stop being on her side just because she's a woman. She does not get an okay pass just because you both have vaginas. Okay. Anyways,
vagina rules the world.
Ain't that the truth? Okay. So also real quick, I wanted to talk about Trish. One more thing. Okay. I'm sorry, but sex on 9 o'clock on Wednesdays eating Cheetos does not sound like a good. That sounds like a failed marriage to me.
Thought that he was putting the Cheetos in his mouth, and she was twerking above him where he could only see her face before twerking was a thing. Like,
yeah,
she was going after the Cheeto, and he wasn't even smacking her butt. He was doing that thing when guys dance with girls and they are like not sure if they should touch them, so their hands are like around the butt but not touching it.
Yeah,
like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was all like, can we get some like reverse cowgirl action here or anything? Because I was like, they only have sex on Wednesdays, which is so sad. Once a week, you guys, you got to spice it up a little bit.
And eating Cheetos, that's like gonna get on the sheets.
Yeah,
and they were on the rug, the carpet cleaning. Jeez, not practical.
Yeah, and I don't know about you. When I have sex, I do not like food being involved. It's too messy. It's like people are like, "Oh, you got to get whipped cream." I'm like, "No, it's sticky. You got to clean
whipped
up."
Cream melts because your body's warmer than the whipped cream. That's what people don't remember. Playing with food and sex is fun when you're young because it's new and you see it in movies and you want to try it, and it's amazing. And then as you start getting older, you start having memories of, oh God, I had to shower before we could do anything because it was gross, or we had to wash the sheets and scrub the mattress.
Exactly. I don't like it. Okay. I also, if we could go to the beginning of the movie at the very first scene. I have to be honest with you. These two are bad CIA agents. They fucked that mission up so hard.
How do they sell jobs?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And what was their boss? Angela Bassett. I don't remember what their boss's name was, but she's all like, just capture him. And I'm all like, how hard is it, you fuckers, to just like, put these dudes in a neck hold, and everything. And they're just screwed up, and they killed that one. But he was stupid. He didn't lock into place his little thing. So I was like, well, you deserve to die. You're stupid. Yeah, I was just, the whole time they did that little mission, I was all like, how do you guys screw this up so badly?
And why are they using their real names?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I love the ones FDR. Man, that threw me for a fucking loop the whole time. I just, they screwed that first mission up. I was just like, you guys deserve to get fired, but they didn't, which is, whatever. Not a good use of Angela Bassett. I was like, oh, you could have used her more. I love Angela Bassett.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but they sent her rolling on the river. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So also, I want to talk about FDR's family and the get-togethers that they had at his grandmother's house.
Oh, you mean his uber rich family?
Yeah, but how fucking charming was that shit? Like, every time they went there and they saw, like, when they went to the barn with the horses, I was like, how fucking charming are these grandparents and this fucking
Nana
environment?
Is amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. Can I adopt her as my surrogate grandma?
Yeah, she's Aunt May. But though every time they went there, I was all like, I don't understand how you don't fuck Chris Pine right fucking now in this horse barn where in fucking, Massachusetts or wherever the fuck they are. And I'm like,
don't you love the kid in the buckets everywhere?
Yeah, which I'm all like, what's that all about?
Oh, your kids never were Buckethead?
No, they were never Buckethead.
My kids loved Buckethead. They would put buckets on and run around the room just like that kid.
All right. There was no judgment.
That was always the thing. Why does he always get it? Why does she always get to be Buckethead? It's my turn.
That's never been an argument in my house. Why does he get to be Buckethead? There is no judgment, by the way, on anybody or your children. Kids are crazy.
Fine.
Yeah, I love your kids.
Can we talk about their houses?
Oh my God. Vetta, yes, you begin. Go.
Okay. First of all, Tuck's house looks like he renovated a loft in a barn. And is trying to do that over masculine, I'm recently divorced, this is my dude pad, where Chris Pine's doing the I have to have the minimal amount so I can notice if any girls leave anything behind. Oh wait, and I have a pool that is a see-through from my roof right when you walk in. Is that his pool? Does he live in an apartment and he's paid to have this pool? Is it a condo? How? Because I am not believing that's structurally sound.
Right. I think it's like an apartment complex / condo. and everything.
Yeah, because the girls swim in it when he first goes, and I'm like, that's not an invasion of privacy at all.
Yeah, and the one shows up on his elevator, which is his door. Like, okay, and then
So does he
also,
live on the penthouse in the
I'm
penthouse, and that's
assuming,
like
yeah,
a roof pool?
I would assume so, yeah. And
That
then
would make sense.
I also, which I just, when I saw both their houses, I was like, man, CIA agents make way too much money, because they're
Do they
bad at
though?
their job.
It's
They're
government funded. I mean,
No, well,
they're
that's what I'm saying. They must make a lot of money because they can afford that
well,
bullshit.
Chris
And then,
Pines we saw comes from money.
oh,
So
that's so true. You're right there. I take that back. That's true. And then Reese Witherspoon, her apartment was, did you see her kitchen? I was like, she's got an island and a weird under the counter microwave. I didn't like that. Also, she put the bowl in the sink. What was that all about?
because she had to wash it. You didn't see her washing it?
Oh no, yeah, I did now that you mentioned it. But why'd you have to wash it? Was it not clean?
Apparently
And then I'm
not.
sorry, just because you rinse it out doesn't make it clean, honey. I
No.
just want to say that.
And she didn't really rinse it out. She wiped it out with a rag. Or maybe maybe it's been in there for a while and it had like dust or something.
Oh, that's
or
a
she
good
was
point, too.
wiping it down just to make sure.
That's a good point.
I could
too.
see that. I mean, I would still wash it with soap if it was from my house, but that's just me.
And then Katie's house.
Yeah.
When his ex, I was like, where the fuck are these people?
Some serious alimony.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
That was like a classic craftsman's beautiful house.
It was really, really nice. Yeah, I said the same thing. And like, yeah, but yeah, their houses would definitely Hollywood, if you get what I'm saying. Everybody had a nice house. Okay. I want to talk, if you don't mind, we're skipping all over the place, but it's beautiful. Okay. I want to talk about the chase sequence. Okay. Because even though this was super fun, don't worry, we're going to talk about when they're dating shenanigans and when they meet up. But when they're going down the highway and they're just flipping and stuff and shooting weapons and everything, the whole time I'm all like, these henchmen are like the dumbest henchmen. They're just getting taken off the board one by one. And this bad guy sucks. Like, he tracks them down. And then this is his big plan. Come and meet me where I have your girlfriend. I'm like, what? What is going on here?
And then didn't you love the speed reference of, why are they on the 305? That's not finished yet.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I didn't get that. But now that you say that, I totally get that. I just like, I'm all like, why didn't you just hang outside the restaurant? And when they walked out, bang, bang, you know what I'm saying? It was so stupid.
Why are you driving down the highway? Why didn't you just walk her across the street to a hotel and get a room and hold her there, or borrow the conference room? Why are you driving down the highway?
Yeah, anything could have been better. It was a bad choice. Okay. Now I want to talk about the dating shenanigans going on.
Can we talk about her dating profile?
Let's do that first. Yeah.
So Trish, her friend Trish, puts her on whatever the damn dating website is.
Grindr.
No, it's like
that was a joke.
One match or one fate. One fate, sure. I think is what it was. Whatever.
Yeah, anyway. Bucket of fish.
Yeah. So she puts all these like college pictures of her on there, and one's like at a college frat party doing a keg stand because she was a gymnast. And I'm like, dude, you're catfishing, guys. Yes, you're hot now too, but you look like you're 20 in these pictures, and you're not 20 in this.
That's true. I did like the one picture of her in the Mario outfit. That was fun.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
fun. I also I thought that Trish was also a bad friend because this was inappropriate in terms of friendship. I just want to say that. I mean, granted, it did get her. Did you think that Tuck was the safe choice and that's why she didn't pick him? Because I thought like Tuck was more like the stable choice, in my opinion.
I definitely agree. It was the stable part of it because of the fact he has. I mean, in the real world, it was because he came with baggage. That's why he didn't get picked. He's an ex-wife and kid. That's why he didn't.
Yeah, that's a negative.
And Chris FDR came with money, single, drove a nice car, had a nice house. She loved Nana.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he just had more in the pros.
Had a great sob story of like his parents died in a car accident and raised by his rich grandparents and shit. That was great. Tuck's, did we find out what happened to Tuck's family because he didn't have one and he had to hire one?
No, but remember when she said he's British and they both went, oh.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that joke.
I don't get that either.
Okay, all
I'm
right, all right.
missing something. I got the T-Rex. I didn't get T-Rex hands. I was thinking T-Rex arms, but they said T-Rex hands.
Oh yeah,
But
he
it was
had
still
very
funny.
feminine hands.
That one I got, but I don't think he has feminine hands because they
No, he has
showed his
manly
hands,
hands.
and I was
Yeah,
like, those are pretty manly hands. What are you talking about?
yeah.
I
My
always think of
whole
like when people say feminine hands, I always talk of
like my hands.
Chris Catan.
Oh my God, Vetta, I just said my hands and you said Chris Kattan. People have compared me to Chris Kattan so hard sometimes. Thank you for validating my thoughts. Okay, anyway, so
I'm not joking. The first time I saw him in Night of the Roxbury, I was like, "Oh my God, Matt, he could be."
that's okay. That's okay. I get Jimmy Kimmel. I'm all like, oh, you guys are being meaner. I'd rather have Chris Kattan.
I would have said
At least
Jimmy Fallon before.
no, at least Chris Kattan
Kimmel.
is funny.
He is
Jimmy Kimmel is not funny.
No, and that's why I always said Chris Kattan, because he's funny. You guys have similar like features, and you're both short, and you use your hands to talk and
right
stuff.
That's so true. Yeah,
so it's more relatable. I don't see the Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh no, people tell me I look like Jimmy Kimmel all the fucking time. It's insane. I hate it. I'm
Oh,
all like,
maybe we need to later do a little short video of both of us who people say we look like, because I get the MTV animated Daria.
Yeah.
And I get Janine Garoppolo.
I was gonna say you probably get Janine Garoppolo a lot. Okay. So I want to talk, back to the dating shenanigans. I thought that these two were trying way too hard with trying to figure out what she liked. Because I'm all like, why don't you guys like just be yourselves? Because like, I didn't think they were bad guys overall.
They totally didn't need to go jump through all the hoops because they turned it into a competition, and that's what guys do when something's a competition.
Yeah. And can I just say, I felt like Chris Pine should have bailed out right away because his friend, he was playing hose before bros, and that's wrong. Your friend got the date first. He called dibs, and you need to back off.
And you accidentally ran into her at the place you said you were going to be, down the street from the restaurant where he told you he was going to be.
Absolutely. You were so right. I just felt like that Chris Pine should have backed off. But at the same time, I would have chose Chris Pine too, because he's a hotter. He's a little hottie patati. Okay. There was one thing. Okay, so then when they finally meet up, because Chris Pine comes to warn him about Yoskalev. I don't know the bad guy's name. Sorry, I just made that up. And he's like, hey, good to meet you and everything. I thought that this was like ridiculous because he's all like, he was like, you need to get your hands off me, and then he smacked him, and I'm all like, pain is not an expression of weakness leaving the body. I don't know. I know that guy said that at the beginning, but that is false. Pain is pain. Yeah, there's a reason your body's saying that hurts.
It's a warning system for your body to fight or flight.
Exactly.
Because the other.
Because no matter how many times I get stabbed, that's my body going like, hey, this fucking hurts, not weakness leaving.
Your body going, bastard, you're so weak you can't even be stabbed.
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
Exactly. Because I was like, that is the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my entire life.
Why did they fake knowing each other?
Yeah, that's the thing. I would have just been like, if they would just been like, yeah, we know each other. And then they could have lied some more, but played it off like, this is who you've been dating this whole time.
Yeah. And this brings up another thing. We're going to back to
you
Nana's
dirty
house.
whore.
Right. How is it that Tuck never came up when they were at Nana's house? If Tuck goes to all of his family functions.
Yes.
How is it that they never said, well, how's this affecting you and Tuck? Because apparently they're attached at the hip to the fact that they watch chip marathons
exactly
on Thursday night or whatever together.
Which is so not fun. Chips? Are you kidding me? No, I thought the same thing. I'm like, when is somebody going to give it up? And the son kind of did, but I was like, whatever.
He says Uncle Frank.
Yeah, Frank.
She calls him FDR.
FDR. Yeah. And then I also just thought that their dates were kind of like over the top. Like, I'm sorry. Listen, I know I'm not a woman. I'm kind of close. I'm like 2 degrees from being a woman. But if some asshole took me to trapeze little lessons or whatever during our date, I'd be like, hey, fucker, you're trying way too hard. This is beta male material. Okay. Don't simp on me. And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I was going to wrap it up with, And I'm sorry, but Tuck should have sealed the deal. You know what I'm saying? Put the tip in and then the rest in. Because I'm sorry, how would you, if Reese Witherspoon, I was on her counter or on her couch, sucking face, we would have been making a hormone sandwich. I'm just saying, we wouldn't have been holding off, you know?
Yeah, so my thing with Tuck's date is first of all, just assuming you can take a girl into a trapeze is one thing. Like, this is my problem with that. A lot of people have a fear of heights. I don't have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling. So he literally drops her. And granted, she landed in a net, but I'd have been so pissed off. I'd have been flipping myself off there going, don't you ever call me again, you fucking bastard. I can't believe you dropped me and I fell. Oh my God. After I hyperventilated.
Right on. I agree. But at the same time, I just want to say I was like, oh, this is super cute. I like it. Which is so stupid, right?
Well, my thing is with the FDR date of the artwork and stuff, I would have been like, excuse me, who did you bribe? What did this cost? And why are you reading the brochure to me?
Can I just say, August Clement is my favorite artist also. So when they pulled it up, I was like, oh my God, are they going to show the golden woman?
Were you like, holy fuck, I know.
I own that painting. It's a fake painting, but I own that. It's on my wall. That's my favorite painting of his. And they did the kiss, which I'm like, of course they did the kiss. Oh, fuck off with the
That's his most well-known.
That is his most well-known. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite and everything. But they didn't show the woman in gold. I
get he was being fed his lines, but
right.
How did they not realize it sounded like he was the tour guide reading off the brochure?
The docent.
Yeah, you couldn't have just like been honest and said, I really like this one. This one's funky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it was that part, but I have to admit
those are some very awkward first dates. Like, how do you top that? Where do you go from there? Marriage proposal?
Oh, right, and sexy sex, which Chris Pine followed through, but
Tuck. She was unhappy that he took her to the club like that. I'd have been super excited.
Oh, when she called him, what did she call him? A club kid or whatever?
Club brat.
Yeah. My wife was like, you were a club brat. And I was like, fuck yeah, I was. I was at the club like every weekend.
All the time.
Oh my God.
I could still live there for the music alone. I don't even care about the dancing. Give me a table, alcohol, and to listen to the music. I mean, I love to dance. I'd be at my table dancing. But that's the only way now I'll go to the club is if I can have a table.
Oh, yeah. I can't stand the club now. I'm too old for that shit.
That's like, the thing too. Yeah, unless it's in Vegas, because that's a whole experience.
I've never been.
Yeah. Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Well, you get bottle service, fucker. I'm poor. I can't afford that shit. But
okay, it was like twice, and there were special occasions.
More times than me, fucker, including special occasions. No judgment. Hey, if you got the
true, you were with us. You were with us when we got bottle service in Michigan.
That's right.
Yeah. And that wasn't even me paying for bottle service.
But that wasn't Vegas. That wasn't Vegas.
That was Grand Rapids
bottle service. That was Grand Rapids bottle service. It was pretty good though. They had the sparklers and everything. I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, no. Okay. So what did you think about this movie overall? Like, would you say out of 1 out of 10, what would you say this movie was?
It's a solid 6 to 7.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, it wasn't my favorite thing on the whole planet, but I did like it.
And I think it would have been better if Chelsea Handler's character, like, again, nothing against Chelsea Handler. I actually think she's a better actress than comedian, but that's agree. My choice. I think her character was just way too over the top.
Yeah, and plus, like, she was very, like, in my opinion, unrealistic of a mom per se. Like, she was all like, that's mommy's special milk, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there are some moms out there, but you need to calm it down in this movie.
Okay,
like,
I had mommy juice and daddy soda. Mommy and daddy soda is what we called it, but we never took it to Chuck E. Cheese with us.
Yeah, right. And you never had it in a sippy cup that you brought to your friend. Although
that's how she got it into the Chuck E. Cheese.
I should have done a screwdriver for this. That would have been good. But yeah, no.
So that's my whole thing is like, and her character is like, she's not living vicariously through Lauren. She's like dry humping the side of Lauren's like hip while she's living this life. It's just, it wasn't a good character.
Yeah, yeah, and she kept steering her wrong and then not taking the blame for her bad advice. I told you not to date 2 men at once. What, bitch? No, you didn't.
You told me to get on that train and ride it all
Yeah,
the
you
way
told me to ride.
downtown.
Yeah, you told me to double penetrate those dicks. Okay.
Right.
So Vetta, would you recommend this movie?
Oh yeah, it was cute. It was totally. I laughed like to the point where my daughter goes, "Is it funny? Because you're cackling like an old hen in there." And I was like, "Yes, yes, it is." Because I totally.
And then you're
So
like,
we
"Oh no,
didn't
you
talk about
didn't,
the
and you
end.
bitch, you
We
didn't
did
talk about me, hen." So
right.
here,
We didn't talk about the end when they're on the plane and he tells Tuck that
let's
they're
real quick
getting
talk
married.
about
Yeah,
that
let's,
because
and then
that
I'll
was
go
fucking
back because this is where
insane.
I laughed. But I mean, I laughed a lot in this movie. So they're in the airplane on a mission, and Reese Witherspoon calls FDR.
Yes.
And he says, you know, they're having normal conversation, whatever. So when he gets off the phone with him, he says, "Oh, forgot to tell you, we're going to get married. You want to be my best man?" They're so super excited because he's back with Katie, Joe's mom, and everything.
He married her.
Yep. And so now he's like, "I'm going to be married, blah, blah, blah." And he makes the comment because he still thinks that Tuck's never corrected him. He thinks that Tuck slept with Lauren. So FDR, as he's getting ready to jump out of this plane, says, "Well, now we're even. We both slept with each other's wives."
Which, why would you say
why
that?
Ever, even if it's true.
Yeah, you
That's
never
it
say
to
that.
your grave.
Yeah, oh, ain't that the truth, sister?
Never.
Yeah, never.
It's nobody wins in that situation.
And nobody wants to hear about who slept with their wife before you. No. Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
You think I want my wife to regale?
Every man thinks their wife was a virgin when they married, even if they know it's not true. That's what they lie to themselves.
Exactly. And I don't want to hear about my wife and her last boyfriends, because then I'm going to be all like, how big was he? Was he bigger than me?
I was just going to say, you don't want her to ever say, "Oh, his tilted a little to the left, but man, it was thick as fuck."
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody. No. And then he reveals that he slept with Katie, which I'm like, when did they sleep together? And can I just say
before they met, he said.
Yeah, but let me just say right now, I would have divorced Katie if I was Tuck. I would have been like, "All right, well, I'm getting a divorce after this mission."
Again.
So you know. Yeah. Because I was like, I was like, you never tell that. That was such a stupid move. Like, don't say that stuff. Like you're so dumb. Even if you, and I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but I didn't think that Tuck had slept with Reese Witherspoon on their date.
He led FDR on.
Yeah, but even then I was all like, it wasn't even that good of a lead on, because I still didn't believe that shit. If I was FDR, I'd have been like, I don't think you slept with her.
Yeah, he wouldn't think it's, I don't know. Yeah, but
I don't know if I could have married Reese Witherspoon knowing that he had slept with her. I'd be like, I can't marry her. You slept with her. She's a big whore. She's a whore.
Yeah, that's like these girls that go out and they sleep with 2 brothers and they marry one of them.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like,
you don't ever want to be in a relationship with someone that one of your friends or siblings can say, "Does she make this sound when you do this?"
Because that's how daddy? When she's
that's how I knew she was ready to go, because she squeal like a mouse or whatever the fuck it is.
Does she let you rub her butthole when she's riding you?
Yeah.
No.
There's just
what?
No. It shouldn't be a friend. It shouldn't be anyone.
Yeah, it shouldn't be anyone.
Should never be able to, or like you're in the house and you hear her make a comment and he's like, "Oh, you better go, because that was our key word for let's now."
Yeah, chinchilla was our word, guys.
You're like, "Wait, chinchillas when get the fuck away from me. What is she doing now when she says chinchilla?" What?
Exactly.
Yeah. You just don't want that.
Right on. Yeah, no, you're right. You're so right. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say about this movie?
No, I think everyone should watch it. It's cute. I mean, it's a Reese Witherspoon movie. How often do you see a movie with her and go, "This was a piece of shit"?
You are correct. She is America's sweetheart. Okay. So, all right. On that word, wait, what?
Isn't Meg Ryan America's sweetheart?
Yeah, and Sandra Bullock. There's a lot of America's sweetheart.
Roberts.
And Julia Roberts, exactly. I'm just, what, fuck her. I'm just naming one of them. Why don't you go along with it? Yeah, fucking asshole. This is why I don't want, we need to end this podcast. Okay, so I'm good. On that note, guys, we are going to end this sucker. But thank you so much for joining us and listening to our nonsense and everything. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk pod to stay updated on all our nonsense. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out a bunch. You have no idea. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. And we are at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, you guys, we have a Patreon with plenty of different levels to suit any of your interests and everything. It's super fun, you guys. We do series, we do franchises and everything. It's super fun. We've done the Bring It On series, we've done the Jurassic Park series, we did Sex and the City series, and you know, we're gonna do Scream and everything. You guys, come and check us out there if you want to. It's you can start as low as $1. It's super great and everything. And that will be in the description down below, the link to that. And it's super fun. Anyways, and as most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.